Okay, so when I met this gentleman and he said his name was Ahmed Buhari, I widened my eyes like this. And I'm like, are you his son? So, are you his son?
No, I'm actually not his son.
What's your name again?
My name is Ahmed Buhari.
Okay. Where are you from?
I'm from Kwantagora in Niger State.
Okay. Good
Um,
afternoon and
good.
welcome to the
Thank you
program.
very much. Good to see you.
Same here. How are you? How has the day been?
Fine, thank you.
So you came to your Akwa Ibom State. How are you enjoying the city?
So far so good. I was invited by the Global Shapers community to come discuss certain issues around the Not Too Young to Run bill, and also to present myself to certain stakeholders in Uyo on the fact that I made the declaration sometime last year to run for the highest office of the land.
Don't jump the gun. Take it easy. Okay, I'm interested in knowing you first of all before your
Okay.
ambition.
Okay.
So who are you?
My name is Ahmed Buhari. Again, like I said earlier, I regard myself as a techpreneur. I'm a geologist by training, and yes, that's who I am.
Are you a father? Are you
Yes, I'm a father. I'm married. I've got 3 lovely children.
very well? Okay, so during that event, you mentioned something that was a little touchy about your name, and I'm sure you get a lot of after you say your name, that kind of
Yeah,
surprise.
true.
Okay, so I would like you to talk about why you changed your name on your social media platforms from Ahmed B to Ahmed Buhari Info.
Oh yes, I've always used the nickname on my social media platforms. I don't know why, but in the last 10 to 15 years, it's always been Ahmed B. But when I decided to get very serious with politics and running for office, I did get a lot of calls from people to say it's better you use your full name so that people know who you are. But at that time, there was some reluctancy because I didn't want people to tie me up to the current administration to think that I have some relationship with the current administration. So I tried as much as possible to lower my name in that regard. Obviously, I think I was doing myself some injustice, and I decided to, at that point, to face the music and get the pinches from people who might want to find out how much of a relationship I have with the current administration. And the moment they get to find out that I don't have that sort of relationship, they warm up to me and pay attention to what I have to say.
Now, that's giving me some kind of vibes that feel like that name is not some name somebody should be proud of. I don't know, because if you are proud of something, you want to be identified with that thing. What's your feelings towards this administration under President Muhammadu Buhari?
First of all, I think I'm very proud of the name. I just wasn't too sure of how people might react, knowing that someone with that same name is currently in the helm of affairs. So as opposed to your thinking if I'm proud or not proud of the name, I'm actually very proud of the name. But with regards to the administration, like every other administration, people always have some negatives and some positives. More than anything else, I want people to take me for me as a person as opposed to my relationship with any other person. People always have some negatives and some positives. More than anything else, I want people to take me for me as a person as opposed to my relationship with any other person.
How do people in that part of Nigeria see us here in Akwa Ibom?
To be honest with you, people from the northern part of Nigeria do not necessarily think of anything, especially around negative lines on the people from Akwa Ibom. As a matter of fact, a lot of people from Akwa Ibom live in the north. I remember being at school and I had about 4 teachers who were actually from Akwa Ibom, who were teachers in that school. So again, you find a lot of friends of yours who are from Akwa Ibom, and so I know I spoke to somebody earlier in the afternoon when I did tell them about how I have tasted all the soups that come out from your kingdom, and I must reiterate that you guys are very good cooks. So
Which one was your favorite?
The afang soup.
Don't matter the name. Say it again.
Afang.
Afang soup. Okay. You've not tried Idikani Kong and
I know.
Ibango Kong?
I have. But I just told you my favorite.
Okay, great. So do you have plans of coming back to test more foods?
Yeah, it depends.
Don't worry.
I don't think the center of focus would be about tasting the food, but I'd love to have that on the side as an attraction.
But you find us sociable and amiable.
Oh, the people are warm, extremely warm. There seems to be this family unit vibrancy as I moved into town yesterday, and I said to my friend, I think the people here don't want too much. You just want the basics, and they'll be good to go.
Is that a good thing to not want too much?
Yes, it's a good way to live life. Wanting too much sometimes could actually get you into too much trouble, and wanting too much sometimes are things you realize you don't need in your life. So, wanting the basics, which of course is a nice family unit, some good education, the basics, and you get going.
What are the basic principles that you've held dear in life that has helped you soar to the heights you've reached?
Loyalty and mutual respect.
Okay, just that.
Yes, the
Give me
two.
an instance where both of those qualities and virtues were questionable.
Um, which to who or from who?
Okay, to people who are not from your place, who don't speak your language, who don't worship like you do.
So I have friends, and part of those friends are the people who received me as I walked into Uyo yesterday. And these are people I have known for over 20 years. And what more could I be requesting from a 20-year-old relationship that was able to still stand firm to receive me into the town and still talk to me about nice things like family, like friendship, and like business. If you have proper data collation, if you have proper data management, then even if you restructure, you can have a proper system that will be accountable to the people. But until that is set, I don't see how the restructuring will even work, even if we restructure. But I do support restructuring because it will help the different regions become more serious, more forward-thinking, and see how they can start generating revenue for themselves without necessarily waiting for any resources from anywhere at all.
Flipping over the other side of the coin, what if we don't actually go to the point where we restructure? What do we have? What option do we have left?
Yeah, so for example, right now, most people from the southeast are really looking to break away from the country, which personally I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with anybody breaking out from the country. I don't have a problem with any
Are you
agitation.
saying you don't believe in the one Nigeria dream?
I support the one Nigerian dream, but you cannot force people to stay together. So people can decide to want to take different routes to achieving lasting peace, lasting solutions, happiness, and prosperity, as the case may be. What I do support, what I do look at is whenever there's an agitation, I expect the center to pay attention, listen to them, compromise with them, and see how they can move forward. You can't win all the time. If we've been having this Biafra situation that has lasted for about 50 years, and a new generation of Southeasterners want to still go on that path, I think it's about time we start paying attention and listen.
So,
to find-
in your opinion, what should Nigeria do with the Biafra situation?
Right now we have to compromise. Right now we have to listen.
Allow them to have their separate state,
I think
their
we should.
separate nation?
I think we should listen to them. I think we should sit down and talk. I think we should not regard it as a nonsensical movement or a movement that shouldn't be paid attention to. I think we should listen.
And we shouldn't send pythons and crocodiles to dance and
Well,
smile.
the python dance and crocodile smiles were not necessarily to go against the agitations. No,
Okay.
these are exercises that go on in other parts of the country. I come from a town where that happens to be a military training site. So we could be at home and we hear gunshots and bombs and everything. They're actually just training. So these things happen in every part of the country. As I speak with you right now, I'm sure there's a possible military operations that's going on in Benin area, that's going on in Port Harcourt area. So people shouldn't worry about themselves about those kind of things.
So why do you think people were worried about this one? Why was the internet agog with it? I mean, all the newspapers, the headlines were about the python dance and all of that. Why were people worried?
Generally, we like propaganda and we like to focus on the irrelevant things. Personally, I think we should, keep things very simple. Try not to escalate things that are not supposed to be escalated. When you expect the people to actually pay attention to certain issues, like when there was a flood situation in Benue, I expected more people to talk about them, more people to pay attention to them. But no, they prefer to look at the areas where we would find reason to have that heated argument that could cause unnecessary stir in the system.
Okay, so about this bill, the not too young to run bill, are you in
Yes.
support of it?
Oh, of course, I'm in support of it more than anything else. I want it to happen because if it does get passed, we will get more younger people in this generation preparing themselves for leadership. Even if they don't get it now, they prepare themselves towards the time when the system will be ready to absorb them in. And when I mean system, I mean the electionary process. So, it's just the nature of how things are. Very soon, over time, the current political class is going to go into oblivion or going to phase out as a result of nature or any
Do
other
they
thing.
actually phase out?
Yes, time will definitely come when new people would resurface. But this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it might be so dangerous if we do not have a generation that has been prepared for leadership, a generation that understands governance, and that time comes and we just realize that we don't have the right people to control the different things in the country.
So you think young people were just waiting for a bill like this to be passed before they begin to think of taking leadership positions of
Not
authority?
exactly. Most of them have actually been in leadership positions. Most of them have actually tried to be in governance. But over time, we've come to realize that a huge and growing number of young people don't care because they've stopped believing in the system, because they've stopped trusting the system. And that is why I just think a bill like this, more than anything else, not to be thinking of getting young people into office, but getting young people being part of this electionary system, being part of this political system, being part of the leadership
Are
process.
young people ready? Are they ready to take up this opportunity? Are they ready for this new challenge? Do you have young people around you that are employable that you can saddle with those this kind of responsibilities?
Yes, I've heard a lot of people think of my generation as a generation of people that are not prepared, a generation of people that are distracted with frivolities. But I am from that generation, and I take offense when people think I am not ready. When people think I do not have the capacity, because it's a wrong notion. I don't think myself representing the young.
Tell me one thing you want to change if you become the president of Nigeria, like you plan to.
More than anything else, I want a united country.
We are united.
Yes, but
Pick another battle.
we're not actually. There's a
We're
lot.
not?
Yes, there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of clearly structured out differences along religion, tribal differences, um, social differences, um, political affiliations. We would want all of us to start thinking about one thing, which is economic viability. What we have to put in place to ensure that Nigerians are financially free.
Okay, so how do you intend to achieve this big peace, this big unity?
We have to start talking to each other, and that's where education has to come in. And education doesn't have to be classroom education alone. Somebody earlier mentioned street education. I
Street education.
talking to people on the streets, sensitizing the people, creating awareness. Try as much as possible to work with media houses so that the messages that they push will be messages that can foster unity. We should stop looking or be too quick to push out messages that could actually create more harm to the system. When this fire starts burning, you don't know where it's going to stop. So we have to be extremely careful. Those media houses that think they're trying to sell papers could actually be finding their entire buildings grounded to the floor.
Okay, now I think I really want you to be the president, but I'm still thinking.
It's okay.
Do you need my vote?
I need everybody's vote.
You didn't answer me. I'm not everybody.
Yes, I need your vote.
You need my vote. Should I sell it to you or should I give it to you?
You should be convinced before you give it to me. And you should be convinced along the lines of the ideology, along the lines of the principles, along the lines of the policies. And those are the things that should inform you as to whether you want to support this candidate or not. But more than anything else, don't ever follow a candidate because of what he's going to give to you in monetary terms, because when they do get into office, they don't forget those favors that they made, and they're going to recoup all the monies in folds.
Okay, so you're running for the presidency in 2019. You've not told us on which party you are running.
Yes, exactly. I haven't made a declaration on the party I'm going to be running, but I'm having very, very firm discussions with different political parties. At the right time, we will definitely let everybody know what platform we're going to be running under.
Okay, we are waiting for you here on Passion TV. You come back and tell us all that.
I will. I'll be
Is that a
glad
deal?
to. I'll be glad to.
Okay, thank you very much, Ahmed, for coming on Passion TV. You should keep that fire burning
I
and
will.
that light
I'll do
really
my
burning.
best. I'll do my best.
You don't have to disappoint young people, you know that.
I'll do my best.
If we decide, I could just decide to begin to canvass for votes for you,
I will
but
appreciate
you
that.
will. I'm not saying I will, I'm just saying I may, but you know you don't have to disappoint us.
I'll do my best.
Just promise you won't disappoint us.
I will not disappoint you.
Thank you.
Thank you.